So we have discussed the two requirement, right? And both the requirement sheet I have already shared with you. Okay, so you have sufficient example to do the practice. Now in this class we will discuss some different types of the requirement. But it will like similar, but some different project requirement. Okay, and after that we will discuss the Swagger requirement, how the things are coming in the form of Swagger. Okay, because one of the student asked me like how you can map the Swagger, I think. Okay, so uh, first thing, in yesterday class I told you, go and open the github.com. Okay, so create the account in the GitHub. Okay, sign up. So I have already logged in, right? I have already logged in your case you have to sign up, right? After sign up to the GitHub account, right, you will get I think default organization here. When you sign up you will get the default organization get created, something with your first name, last name. Okay, so if you are not getting, then what you have to do, click on this upward arrow icon and here you will see create organization. Okay, so I will click on the create organization.
But I am not getting that one option
Can you share your screen?
because yes.
Yeah.
Same here, Vikas. For me
Okay,
also.
okay, no problem. You can share your screen, ma'am. Anyone, I will help you.
Are you able to see?
Yeah, it's loading. Mm-hmm. Here, okay, click on the one cat symbol is there at the top, the logo.
Hmm.
You can click on that. Yeah. Okay, the same page you are getting, no problem.
Yes.
I think
Uh,
first we need to create a repository, then only it will show the name there.
is that
No, no,
so?
repository is already created.
The
Vikas.
same.
Okay, give me a second, guys. Give me a second. I long back I have created. So there you can see one plus icon at the right hand side. So try to check what is this plus icon. Click on that plus icon. Okay, new
Yeah,
repository.
newer organization.
Okay, yeah, click on that. Okay, so select the free one, free, yeah, free, join for free. Yes, join for free. And here you can put the organization name. Put the organization name. So generally this stuff is
How,
you know
like usually what will be giving that
organization names, like your project name. Based on your project name you can give it like whatever the project you are working on, or any dummy project name you can give it. Okay, do not try to give a space.
space we should not be giving. Okay.
Without a space you can try.
Uh, Because in this
Yeah,
we need to link a repository with this organization or what?
yeah, we'll create the repository inside this organization. Okay, and
Like
pass the email id.
the first time
We
that
should pass the registered email ID.
Yeah, you will get the activation email actually. Okay, so after
because
that, yeah,
yeah,
sir.
yeah, in case we have created first any repository and then we are creating organization, so will that
No, I think inside the repository is created inside the organization actually. Okay, so you have to first create the organization.
So personal account only will be giving, right? Not the business
Yeah,
or
not
registered.
business. You can use the personal one and pick the spiral Gillespie. Okay, great. Next, click on next. So welcome to the API GitHub. So this is your organization name. Organization member will be available. Okay, complete setup. Okay, enter your password here and try to log in again.
The password is like what we had given.
Yeah, when you sign up the thing actually at that time. Okay, so it's get logged in into your account. Now now click on the logo at the top, yeah,
Vikas, sorry.
yeah.
Welcome to
Yeah,
GitHub.
it is
After
coming.
that, some options are there, no? That what we have to do, like we have to select anything or
Gi-
just go
give,
for a,
give me a second, sir. Give me a second. So you
yeah.
can see it here. The by
Yes.
default one organization is already get created with your name,
Hmm.
and the second one which you have created, right?
Yes.
Okay, done.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Sir, you can share your screen.
Yeah, 1 second.
So guys, this GitHub, the main purpose of GitHub is basically here. We are not going to commit the code, merge the code, pull the code. We are not storing here anything, right? This is just like a GitHub requirement, just it. We will try to create the repository, okay?
Yeah, it's visible, Vikas.
Oh, sit. I have removed Rupa. Also, sorry, by mistake. Yeah, not now, sir. I can't see your screen. You can again.
Sir, I need help. Actually,
Sorry,
I'm
Rupa.
not able to
By
like.
mistake, you get removed by me. Actually, sorry. Yeah, I
Sir,
can see your screen. I can see your screen. Give
this
me
is
a
not
minute,
my
Raj.
screen,
I
sir.
will come back to you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So you get the welcome page and click on the logo icon at the top. You don't have to do anything. Yeah.
This one. Okay.
Yeah. So you can see it here. The by default you have already created. You can see it here. The repository, I think,
Yeah.
with your name, right? So you can see this repository you have created manually. API GIT testing, right?
Yes. Yes.
So you can see that repository. Okay, fine.
Because actually, what was the step you done to get that name? I was also not getting, but I didn't follow your thing. My screen was hang.
Which name?
I mean, when I sign up, I'm also was not getting this name. My name. I was just getting
Have
the.
you logged in into GitHub account?
Yes. I'm just.
Okay, try to create the organization. After then you can see the default also. Okay.
I'm not getting because after creating the organization also, I'm
Okay,
seeing
give
my
me. Otherwise, you can create the repository. So your repository will directly create inside your default organization, which you are seeing with your first name, last name. Those who have the issue, please share your screen. I can help you. So Raj, you have any query, right? Hello?
Yes, sir. I do have. I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah.
Actually, when I try to practice with the server only, what I did, I tried to fetch JSON data, but didn't succeeded. It says key 400. As you says ki it says ki bad request 400. I am just and I just executed local as 3000 employees as 13. So
Mhm.
it says just bad request. I didn't get this ki why this is coming like this.
Sir, you are using the wrong thing here. You in the gate call, you can't pass the body.
Body.
Oh,
Right. You are using the body. So try to remove, select the none option. None. Yeah, not try to call. Now, what you have do, you have used the wrong resource name. You can see in the URL. I think it is employees, or you don't have to pass the slash. You can check in the command prompt what the resource is there. Open the command prompt and you can check it there.
Employees, yes.
Open, go up where you have employees, it is S you have to pass, not try to call.
Also body raw and
No, it is
body.
get call.
Now I got the point. What I missed. Okay, sir.
So
I will
that's
now.
why guys, mapping is very important in the APIs. If you not map the things correctly, you will get the error message. Okay, so that's why I'm spending a lot of time behind the mapping stuff. Otherwise I can also complete in 1 hour. Okay, but I'm spending a lot of time with the different types of the requirement, because if you know the mapping, you can easily do the testing actually. Okay, so guys, let me start now. Yeah, let me share my screen quickly. Can you see my screen, guys?
yes.
Okay, fine. So so I think I have already explained you how you can create the organization, right? So we will not do anything like any action in the GitHub. Actually, we will do all the action using the API, REST API. Okay. So by default, you can see it here. The SA Vikas organization get created, and this is manually I have created, right? So if you can't see the organization, you can click on the plus icon and you can create the new organization. Okay. Otherwise, when you first time log in, so you can also create the new repository. So your new repository will created inside your default organization. That is your name, with your name actually. Okay. So let me, please everyone, open your Chrome browser and go to the reference. So here you can see these all are the requirement. Here you can see these all are the reference. You can pick up any one and you can do the practice. I'm giving you sufficient example to do the practice. It's up to you. Right. So here I can also pick rate limit, pool, project, package, organization. Right. So right now I have created the organization manually. You can also create using the API. Right. So you can see these all are the requirement. Right. If you click on the organization, you can see this requirement is for the organization. You can see this requirement is for the organization. You can create the organization. Okay, now I want to do the practice on the repository. Okay, so I have selected the repository. Okay, so I'm giving you multiple way to do the practice. These all are the resource. These all are the requirement. You can choose anyone. Okay, so I'm choosing the repository requirement. Okay, so let me share this requirement to you. So you have multiple example to do the practice. Now it's up to you how you are doing the practice. Okay, so this is your repository requirement, right? So when you go down, let me go to the create call first. Yeah, create an organization repository. Okay, first you have to read the requirement, what the requirement is asking. Okay, so when you read the requirement is asking you create a new repository in the specified organization. Okay, so you have to create organization inside the you have to create repository inside the organization, and authenticate user must be a member of the organization. So it asking that the organization the repository which you are creating inside the organization, so you are the member of that organization. After then you can create the organization. If you are not if you don't have the access of that particular organization, you can't create. So let's suppose my organization name is Sah Vikas and the other one is API Test org. So the Rupa has created one organization. So I don't have the access of her organization, right? Right. So I can't create the repository inside her organization. Okay. So the same thing written here. Okay. And you can move to the next. It required the auth scope requirement. Auth scope requirement means it required the authorization. In the coming class, I will explain you this stuff in detail. Okay, what did you mean by the authorization? Just understand you need the auth token to generate, to create the action. Okay, so this is all about that. You need the auth token, right? Now guys, you come down and what is the URL here? Now I have created one folder. Let me close all the tab. Discard all the changes. You can see yesterday I have created the folder Git repository. Okay. Now guys, you can help me how I can map this request. I have already all the things I have explained you. Now you guys can help me to create. Okay. So first thing what I have to do, I have to create the request and what method it is, post method. So I will select the post method. Now I have to pass the base URL. What is your base URL in the real time? This base URL will provided by your developer or by your client, right? On which base URL they want to test. Okay. So right now we don't have any developer. So I think somewhere they have mentioned the URL. You can see it here. Yeah, if you go down here, you can see this is the base URL. Okay, so you can copy this base URL and you can pass it. Clear? Now what is the resource here? Organization, orgs and repository. So I will pass it here, right? So this, all the things are static, but there is one dynamic value, that is the org, right? So you have to read the requirement, what exactly it is actually. In the previous example, the ID was dynamic, right? Now here in this requirement, the orgs was dynamic here. Okay, so you have to check what is the org. Here you can see in the parameter table, the org is the string value you have to pass, and you have to pass in the path. Okay, and they have not provided the description, but the org mean in your case you will get the description in the real time. If you are not getting, then you have to communicate with your client that what it mean by this dynamic value, what exact value I have to pass. Okay, now so this org means you have to pass the organization name, right? So what is the organization I am using here? So API Test org. So I have created multiple organization. What I will do, yeah, this is your organization. You can copy this organization. I have copied this organization, or what I can do, I will create the fresh organization to practice. Okay, otherwise let me do the one thing. Can I delete the organization, view organization, and view organization, and this is the let me delete the organization. I don't want the multiple organization. This is the organization. Setting, and somewhere I can delete the organization. Okay, that I will check later on. No problem. So we can use this organization because I don't want to use the multiple. So I'm passing the organization name here, right? So I will go here and pass the organization name. Okay, API Test org1. Okay, now your URL is done. Your base URL and the resource is done, right? Now you are moving to the parameter section. In the parameter section, this is the post method, right? So you have to select the body, right? Body and then raw, right? And then you can see And then you can see there are multiple parameter, right? So try to map each and everything. Okay, so you can see except is one key, and the value is a string, and where you have to pass inside the header. Now you guys tell me how I can map this thing.
We need to go to header.
Okay, guys, please try to understand. Okay,
Then here we need to
because
give
mapping is
accept,
very important.
accept
Exactly. We
the
need to go to the header. The requirements say where you have to go. Okay. So header, and then accept you have to pass. Copy the accept and pass it here. Accept, and then what value I have to pass?
here the setting to application slash
Yeah.
vnd dot
So
g.
value is provided by the GitHub requirement. This value you have to pass. Okay, so in the previous example, we have seen that we are using the content type and the value is as XML, sorry, application JSON. But in this requirement, I am passing the accept header. So what I told you in the earlier class, this thing is depends on the requirement. Requirement to requirement, it gets changed. How their developer has implemented, they will pass the same thing to you. Okay, in previous requirement we are using the header as a content type. Okay, now we are using the accept. So what I'm trying to say, you don't have to worry which header you have to pass, which value you have to pass. This thing provided by your client. Okay, now you can see, and what is the data type of this request body?
Vikash,
Can you tell me?
hello.
Yes, sir.
I have one small doubt. See,
Yeah.
if I created all these things and I will go to the header, okay? But previously I have not done anything for the header side. So like if you can open that header now in the Postman,
Mhm.
can you open it? Yeah, this host, user agent, accept, these are all not there for me. So I can directly
No, no.
give this accept
Actually,
and
it is in the hidden part actually, because this host, user agent, and accept and the accept encoding. This is by default Postman taking this header, right? So I think it is in the header side. If you go to the click on the header, you will see something like option here, hide auto generated.
okay.
If you uncheck, you will see that. Can you see this option?
Yeah. Now I can see this. Yes.
Okay, clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, fine. So you can see the JSON data type you have passed. You can see in the value JSON. Okay, so now this part is done, right? Except now this part org. Now tell me, this part is also done, which we have already used here, right?
Yes.
Now moving to the next part, the name. Name is the string, and where you have to pass inside the body, right? Inside the body you have to pass, and the description you can say it given the the name is the required property. Required property, what did you mean by the required?
The value needs to be provided to that.
Value is mandatory. Without passing this value, you can't perform the action, right?
It is like mandatory.
It is like mandatory. Without passing this value, you can't proceed further. You will get the error message, right? So you can see it here. This is the mandatory property, and you can see the description, the name of the repository. So if you are passing any value, that is the name of the repository. Okay, so guys, I will go to the body section and select the JSON because it is in the JSON data type. Okay, select the JSON. Now what you have to do it here, guys?
Start with a bracket.
Create an object.
Object.
You have to create the JSON object. Guys,
Object.
always try to use the technical term. Okay, because you are the professional, so always try to use the technical term. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to create the JSON object, right? So how you can create the JSON object? Using the curly bracket, open curly bracket and close curly bracket, right? So you have done. Now you have to add this thing inside your JSON object. So how I can add? This thing is already explained you.
Double
So
quotes.
name
Name
of the
colon double.
repository. Okay, so what is the name of the repository? Okay, so I'm giving API test B5. Okay, so I have given the repository name as a API test B5. So please remember this repository name. Okay, now they're having some another property also. So what we have to do, we have to put the comma and add the another property. Okay, so description. Okay, so you can copy the description. Here you can see it is an string, and where you have to pass inside the body, and here you can see what the description say, a short description of the repository. Okay, so you can copy this description, right, and you can pass it here. Okay, and pass the values here. Okay, now pass the description. Let's suppose I am passing the description API test git API test description. Let's suppose I am passing GitHub repo test description. Okay, I have added something like description. Okay, now moving to the next part, home page. So I will copy the home, and where I have to use, it is an string and it is an body, right? So again I will create one new property inside your JSON object, and what value you have to pass. Okay, you can see it here, a URL with more information about the repository. Okay, so this means that a URL you have to add, for the some more information about the repository. Okay, so let's suppose I am creating the dummy URL. Sorry guys,
वाटर फनल था रेसलिंग का 53 केजी
are you asking to me, sir? Hello. Okay, fine. So I'm adding the repo URL here. This is the dummy test URL. Okay, do not worry. So as per the requirement in the real time, what you have to pass. Okay, so home page, string, body, and URL with more information about the repository. So here you have to pass the URL which gives the more information about the repository. Okay, now here you can see the boolean.
This URL all will be provided in the real time.
Yeah. You don't have to understand this requirement. Just try to map, because in the real time you will get some different requirement. So guys, tell me if my previous requirement is it's same here or it is different. The previous project requirement, same functionality or different? Different
it is,
right? So that's why I told you, you have to only understand your project requirement in the real time. Whatever the project you will get in your company, you have to understand that project in deeply, and here you have to understand the concept. Okay, so in the real time, whatever the property you will use, they will provide all the information to you, what value you have to pass.
But because like we are passing here dummy URL, will it get accepted by GitHub API when we send a request?
Yeah, it will accept. Okay, so moving to the next. So where it is our private. So I will copy the private and map this thing. Okay, so you can see what is the private data type.
It's Boolean
Boolean. And where you have to pass?
body.
Body. And what it say? Whether the repository is private. So default is false. Okay. So it asking that you have to pass the Boolean value either true or false, right? If you not pass this private, right, private in the body, so it will create the, it will be the default value should be false. Okay, so let's suppose I am passing the value, so I am passing the false. If you want to make it as a true, then you can make it as a true. Okay, now visibility, copy this thing and pass it here. So now you can see it is an string and body. It is inside the body. So you can see it here what it means. Can be a public or private. Okay, so you have to pass public or private. So I'm passing here as a public, not public. I'm passing as a private. I don't want to visual to all private. Okay, now moving to the next. Similarly, we have other property here. You can see it here. Okay, so do not, I would recommend try to map only 4 to 5 property, because it will not work in the real time. Actually, you have to only understand the concept. Okay, how you can map the thing. Okay, so let's try to pick a couple of more property. Let's suppose I am picking has project. Okay, project is Boolean, and here I have to pass inside the body and either true or false. True. So like that you can map the other property. Like that you can map the other property. So I would recommend do not try to map every property. Try to use for the practice purpose 4 to 5 property, because the other property if you map you have to pass the correct information actually. Okay, so if whatever data which you have, it will accepted by the GitHub actually. Okay, so like that you can map the other property in the requirement. Everything they will provide you, what data type, where you have to pass, and what value you have to pass. Okay, so you can, I have created the post method. Now let me call. So guys, I'm getting error message here 401 unauthorized. Why?
You have not passed that
Authentication
token.
token you have to pass.
So have you seen in the requirement, itself saying it you use the authorization concept actually. You have to use the authorization concept actually. Okay, so I have to get the authorization. Okay, so in the real time you have the separate call. Will this GitHub requirement work in our practice server? Yes, you can do practice. You can do it practice, no problem, man. I'm doing the same thing here. I'm doing the practice right now. So you have to get the token. Okay, so how you can get the token? The GitHub token. So you have to go to the setting. Please watch carefully. Here you have to click on the setting. Right, you have to go to the setting. After going to the setting, you have to go to the developer setting on the left hand side. You have to go to the developer setting. When you go to the developer setting, you have to open the personal access token option here. Okay, you have to click on the personal access token. Okay, and here you have to click on generate new token. Okay, it required the password actually, so let me again log in. Okay, so when you click on the create a new token, it will ask you some note. So you can put some note here, generate token, something like that. And expiry validation, you can select 30 days and select all the repository here option. Try to select all the option here. You can select all the option. In the real time, you don't have to do such type of action. To generate the token, we have the separate call, separate API call that I will show you in the coming classes. Okay. So, but here in the GitHub requirement, you need the token. That's why this is the way to get the token, the GitHub token. Okay. So generate the token. You will see it here. Token gets generated here. Right, copy this token and save it somewhere, because when I refresh this page, the token will get disappear. Okay, and for the practice purpose, you have to save this token in your local machine. Clear? Save this token into your local machine. So I have copied the token, right? I will go to the authorization section, select the bearer token and pass the token here, right? I have passed the token, remove the unnecessary space and click on send. I am getting one error message here. The visibility parameter is valid only the Nebula preview header is provided. Okay, so I have passed this particular value. Which value? Where it is? Visibility. Okay, so you have to pass the, you have to pre-set up this thing. The Nebula preview header you have to pass. Okay, after then it will work. So what I will do, I will remove the visibility here. Okay, I have removed the visibility and now try to create. Now you can see, that's why I told you, do not map everything. Try to map from the top 4 to 5 property. Otherwise, you have to set everything according to the GitHub. Okay, so you can see you are able to create the data. Can you see it here, guys?
Yes.
So data get created, right? So you can see, can you see this ID is generated by your server? Right?
Yes.
Okay, so you can see. And one more thing, in yesterday class I had told you, if you have any child object, you can see the ID is also get created for the child object. Can you see it here?
Yes.
Right, so you have one question in your mind, you are getting multiple things in the response, you are getting multiple things, right? But in the request you have passed 4 to 5 property only, right? But in the response you are getting multiple property. Okay, so you have this question, why? So again I am asking, you don't have to worry, simply go and check, is this thing is part of your requirement? Yes, you can see it here. Right, you can see it here, your client expect this thing. Okay, whenever you want to create the data, the server will return the default stuff, some default value.
But one question, like whatever we are passing, that only that much data is created in the server, no?
Yeah,
So
that thing is only get created, but this other data is provided by the server along with your data.
okay, means how come this got created? Because this is a fresh request. First time we
Yeah,
are creating.
yeah. The fresh data you have created, the repository you have created fresh, you can see it here, the repository name, organization and the repository, and this is your repository name. So basically what I'm trying to say, whatever the response you are getting here, this thing is designed by the GitHub requirement, the GitHub developer. Okay, so they have designed like that. When you are creating any repository, you will get the response like that along with the other property. Okay, so in the real time they will also provide you the response. You have, what you have to do, you have to just map the things, whatever you are getting in your requirement, all the things are there into your Postman or not, along with your data. Okay,
Okay.
so that's why I'm always asking, everything is the requirement. Actually, everything is requirement. If requirement says you have to display A, then you have to verify A. If your requirement say that you have to verify AB, then you have to verify AB. We are just employee in the company. Okay, so we have to follow the requirement, right? So developer has coordinated with the product owner or the client, and they have implemented their application based on the requirement. The same thing you are also doing here. Developer has also followed the same thing. They have implemented the requirement. Now you have to test the requirement. Okay, so you will get the in the real time. You will not get the response like that. It will some behave, in different way actually, because every project requirement is vary. So do not get confused and do not try to understand the meaning of this HTML URL and the follower and the git and start. Do not try to understand this thing. Your main motto is you have to create the data. If you want to understand, then try to understand your project requirement. Okay, so after creating the data, you can see it here, 201 get created. Now you can see it here, the response, and as the requirement says 201. So whatever the requirement the client want, can you get the success status code or not? Did you
Yes, we
get the success status, right? 201, right? So you are verifying this 201 now. Now the requirement is giving you the sample response. Okay, now you have to verify this per key are displayed in the response or not, which you are getting here. Okay, so you will verify the same thing also. Okay, now
Because
yeah, ma'am.
I am getting unprocessable entity 422 error.
Okay, so let me provide you my request to you and try to do it at your end. Use your
Actually,
token.
okay, I used my token. I was following the same request actually. So when I clicked on, first to get the response, it was asking, it was saying the cookies needs to be enabled. So after that,
Can you
it was
share your
showing
screen?
422. Sure. I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah. Okay, you are getting 422 entity. Okay, give me a second. So everyone, please check her requirement. What mistake she is doing? Okay, everyone, please check. and you guys will help me.
I think true
What?
within the single quote she has provided. True.
No, it's within double quotes only.
That's what we should
Okay.
not provide quotes, I think. That
Yeah.
It is a
For
boolean, so
Boolean.
you can
Boolean
pass.
value.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Thanks, ma'am.
So for private,
I
this
think
is also
for private
Boolean, no?
also. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You are not mapping the requirement correctly. That's why you are getting the unprocessable entity. Now try to connect. Click on
Again,
send.
422.
Again 422. Okay,
Yes.
give me a second. Somewhere again you are doing any mistake. Let me check. Okay, GitHub requirement repos. Okay, go to the authorization. Authorization bearer token. Bearer token, and
Header.
check in. Have you provided any space here in the token? If you have provided any space, then try to remove.
No.
No, then go to the header section. Go to the header and let's check. Okay, here you have passed the correct thing also. And repository, or could you please go to your body? Go to the body. Go to the body section and expand this body. You can name you have passed correct. Name you have passed correct. Description you have passed correct. Have you copied the same values? Same
Yes.
copy paste? Okay, no problem then. And ma'am, I have provided the response. So could you please copy that request from the chat box? Yeah, copy this. Pass it here.
In the base URL, it is URL is api.github.com. HTTPS api.github.com.
Have you not copied the correct URL?
Oh, I copied it from here only.
Go to your requirement. Go down.
I mean, this is for the tokens.
Here, you go down. Go down. Go down. Yeah, yeah, here. It is API, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, not try to call. Not try to call. I thought you have passed the correct. Not try to call.
Okay.
Done?
Done. Thank you.
Yeah. So let me
Because
share my
here
screen.
after dynamic value, again the repository will be sending, that is a resource where it has to be created. That is why we are sending that repos
Yeah,
after.
yeah. Because we are what we are trying to do it here, we are creating the repository. Okay, so that's why a repos resource we are using here. Okay, so after creating, guys, can you see my screen? Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you can see it here. After creating the data, 201 get created, you will get the successful response. Okay, so this thing we will discuss later on, the forbidden and the validation fit. Okay, so one ma'am asked me in earlier classes, can you show this thing, whatever the action you are doing in the backend in the REST API? So can you show me the UI also, the data get created or not? So when you go to the GitHub, when you log into your GitHub and go and select that particular organization, right? Can you see this repository which I have created?
Yes.
Okay, so ma'am, I think the man which now you have created your repository, can you also check at your end? You are able to see the repository or not? I think you asked me this question, how I can verify the repository, how I can verify the data in the UI.
You
So
mean
you
like
can see, sorry?
you means data we need to verify? Is it has it
No,
been
I'm
created?
asking one person has asked me like whatever the action we are doing in the REST API in the backend in the Postman, yeah, we did the action successfully. So can you show me also how the data get created in the UI? Right, so this is the GitHub UI. You can see inside this organization I have created this repository. Can you see it here? Data get created, the repository get created or not?
Yes, it got created.
Created. Now let me try to here you can see, yeah, here you can see this description I have added. If you go and check, is same or not? GitHub repo test description. Can you see it here?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say, whatever the action you are doing in the backend in the REST API, okay, you can see that thing in the UI also. Okay, I know this thing because in one of my project I got the opportunity to handle the UI also and the backend also. Okay, but in the real time it's rarely, or if you are lucky, then you will get will get a chance to work on both the project. Okay, the UI and the backend also. In that case you can see the things. Okay, otherwise you will get only backend project, otherwise you will get only UI project. Agree guys?
Agree, but because if we have done some change in API, then subsequently front-end development need to be done. No, like we need to make extra text boxes and field name. So will this all be done if we change some UI? Sorry, if we change API database, and then this all be reflecting in the UI also.
Okay, let me clear one thing. In the REST API, we can play with the data only. Okay, whatever the data, let's suppose we have the make my trip. Okay, we are trying to book the flight, so it's loading actually. Yeah, so I will go and book now and continue. No, select the no from no, and so add a new adult. Okay, so guys, in the backend, like we are passing the first name, last name with numeric value, with some alphanumeric, or leave it as a blank, right? What are the scenario you are applying here? Tell me in the UI. You get the UI project. What are the scenario you are applying here?
Like we need to add person, first name, middle name, gender, and further we need to select country code, mobile, his personal detail. Then we need
No,
to
let's suppose you are testing only first name and last name. Tell me the scenario of both two field only.
like
Without
mandatory
enter a
field.
first name and last name, we'll click on submit. Error message should display one thing, and we check the boundary values for their
Okay.
first name, last name, and
Then
Like some
alphanumeric with the
character
special
numeric,
characters.
alphanumeric, right?
Space
Special
also.
The first name, last name should be the same. Space, you can use in the beginning of, you can pass the space. At the end, you can pass the space, right? Use the multiple words, right? Single character, something like, right? So like that, you are applying the scenario in the UI. Same scenario you can apply in the backend also. If you are working in the make my trip project and you have the REST API, right? So you can apply the same scenario in your REST API also. Same
Like
scenario you apply.
like we need to check the maximum limit of this text box.
Exactly, you can check it. You can do it. You can do it. All the data related testing, data related information testing you can perform. Only in the backend testing you can't check the logo and the adult and the how the colors and the make my trip icons, hotels, right? You can't do the graphical and the designing stuff testing, but the data related all the stuff you can do it. But it is it will be some in different way, but it is very similar to the front end and the back end. It's very much similar. Okay, so you can see it here, whatever the data I have created here, right? So you can see it here, data get created.
But like my question was, if we have to create new resource, if we have to add field like checkbox or of radio button, any field.
No. Give me a second. That action you can't do it. I got your question. So you are asking that you want to add the text box last name one more here, right?
Yes. Yes.
No. That thing you can't do it.
For that
thing
dedicated
you can't do it.
front end and back end development need to be done. No?
Yeah. So yes, you can test with the multiple set of data, but you can't add the checkbox and radio button and the drop down. Using the backend, you can't add the things in the UI. That is the different thing. That is the different thing actually. We are creating the resource, right? That is the different thing with the checkbox, right? You are creating the radio button, checkbox, and the drop down and the continue button. That thing you can't do it. That thing is done by your designer. So okay, tell me, if you want to add one more field here, can you add it without clicking on add new adult?
No.
So who is adding this thing?
It's front end developer.
Front end developer. So that's the things we are not doing here. Okay, so using the REST API call, you can't create the checkbox, radio button, continue, and all the stuff. You can only check the data related stuff. You can play with the data. This thing, the first name is last name, will consider as a key here. Key. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir. Clear. Thank you.
Now you can see it here. You can see the repository name.
but Vikas,
here.
one doubt.
Yeah. Go
If
ahead,
we
sir.
see the registration page, let's suppose we are testing registration page, there will be one checkbox. We have to check the terms and conditions. Then we click on. At that time, from backend, how we will check that one? This API.
You are asking that some checkbox like terms and condition you have to
Yes.
verify. So in
Checkbox,
that case, in the backend, we have one property like that checkbox name is you can give the name as a something terms. Okay, terms.
Yeah.
So this call is for the registration. Okay. So here they will add one data type as a true. If you are selecting passing as a true, that means the checkbox gets selected. If you are passing as a false, then that means the checkbox is not selected.
Because this is applicable for remember the password also.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. For that we have the data type as a Boolean. Clear, sir?
And like in case we have to check the where this value is present or not, how we can do that?
Come again.
Like if we have to check a particular drop down has this option or not, so how we will verify?
Guys, I told you that we are not testing the designing related stuff. UI testing is different, backend testing is different, right? In the UI testing, you can verify last name field is displayed, mail is displayed, drop down is displayed, mobile number is displayed, the email field is displayed. But that thing you can't do it here, because this is your backend testing. You have to test the data, not the particular field is displayed or not. The continue is displayed or not. That thing is only possible through the UI testing, not the backend testing. You have to only play with the data, like what happened in the real time. Let's suppose, okay, first name, you want to check this page. Okay, so in the backend what happened, we have like that, we have called first name, you can pass the value, let's suppose Vikas. Okay, and the next last name, okay, we have the last name, and we have the value Sa. Okay, so let's suppose this is one field. Okay, so you have one field as a like something like sex or gender. Okay, so gender. Okay, you can pass the value either whatever developer has decided, either boolean or string value. Let's suppose string value male. Okay, and for this one, okay, for country code, you can pass the values as a country code. Okay, pass the country code. Let's suppose it is an string. Okay, you can pass the value. Okay, now the mobile number. Okay, so mobile number. Okay, like that. In the backend we have the each field having the key. This is the one field, for that we have one key, first name. This is one field in the front end, last name, we have one key. This is one field, for that we have one key, gender. This is one field, that for that key we have one country code. Clear, guys? You can't verify that country code is displayed or not, mobile number or display or not, email is display or not. That is the front end testing. That is the UI testing, not the back end testing. In the back end testing, you have to verify the field value. Clear? Any doubts?
No, Vikas, thank you.
Okay.
Vikas, Uma here.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you said we can check up for multiple validations. So each validation of the data will go as a separate request?
No. It is one single request, right? So in the backend, they will create one request. Using that request, you will, whatever the action for this page, right, where you have to complete the booking, right? So they will create one REST API, one call. Inside that call, they will add different values, right? What you are passing in the front end, like first name, last name, mail, country code. So they will not create the separate call. Okay, they will create one call and they will merge all the property here.
No, I understood that. It will be one full JSON object that they will be creating and giving it to you, so that you need to test it. But when I'm testing different types of data, for example, like you said, I'm testing whether they have space or not, whether there is something else.
Okay. What I can do here? Give me a second. This is your requirement for the GitHub, right? So you can see when I go to the GitHub requirement, the requirement is asking you that the name should be, required. Name is required, right? What you are doing here, you can remove the name and you can test. You will get the error message, right? Let's suppose now you have to pass the name with a long character. Let's suppose API test and pass the character limit, right? And try to create. Let's see. It get created 201. When you go here in the UI and refresh this thing, can you see it here?
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to test with blank data, okay, let's suppose we are testing with the blank. We pass the blank. Can you see the error message?
Yeah, so that's what I'm asking. Each of the validation that I need to do should be as a separate request.
You have to do.
As a separate request.
You up to you. Like you can, you are doing the testing, so you don't want to create the separate request for that. You can test in one. Manually you can test in one request. Okay, but when we do the automation testing, you have to add the separate request. Okay, to create the separate request we have to. But in automation testing, we are not adding all the requests. We are adding only important requests which are required, not all the negative scenarios, because that thing is covered in the manual testing. In automation testing, we will cover only the important scenario which is required. Okay, but if you are doing the manually testing, so if you want to create the separate request, then you can also create the separate, like this request is for the blank, right? And another request you are creating for the, go to the body, select the raw, and you are creating for the maximum character. Okay.
No, how else can we do it? I mean, we can
I will explain you, ma'am. Right now, try to understand only mapping.
Okay.
When I come to the testing part, I will explain you that thing, how you can do that. Okay.
Okay.
So where I was, yeah, here you can see you have mapped your post request. Done. So your post request is done. Let me remove this thing and let me pass the valid value here. So you can see data get created. I will save this thing. So what name I have to give this request? Tell me. Create a new repo, right? Okay. This is the one call. And I'm now moving to the another call, another API, another requirement. What is your next requirement? Now, guys, you guys help me how I can map this thing. Get a repository. Or okay, leave it. Get a repository. Let's try to use this one. Read this requirement and ask me what this requirement is basically. what this requirement is says to you. Do not go deeply. Give me the high level.
Use the all the repositories for that organization.
Exactly. This particular get call give you the all the organization which is created inside this organization. You can see list the repository for the specified organization. So it asking you whatever the repository you have created in this organization, it will get listed out. Clear? Clear? Now try to map this thing. So quickly guys, tell me what is the base URL. So this is your base URL. So I will copy this base URL, copy this thing and pass it here. Guys, in the I can give you the challenge, like no one can explain you this thing in the detail. They can complete this class in 5 to 10 days. Right, there is nothing. If you when you very expert in the API testing, and when you look at this topic, then you will feel very easy. Okay, so I have seen multiple trainer who is completing this course in 5 to 10 days. Okay, so they will only explain you how you can create the request, how you can get, that's it, all the method. Then will show you how you can write the script. Okay, they will not go into the detail how you can map the things actually. So now you guys help me how I can create this request. So this is your URL. So you can copy this thing and you can pass it here. And what is the dynamic value? ORG. So you can go it here and check what is the ORG here. Okay, so you will go here, and what organization we are using? We are using this one. So copy this thing and go here and pass it here. Okay, now another thing, accept you have to pass. So I will copy the accept and go it here, header section, and pass it here, and copy this values. Okay, copy this values and pass. Okay, so you can pass. Now let me call. Can you see the organization, guys? Can you see whatever the organization you have created, it will get inside. This is the what data type it is? Array, right? Right?
Yes.
So this organization you have created, let me check. I think this organization, API test. Okay, so I will copy and go here and check. Can you see this organization? It get listed here, right? I have one more. I have created one organization. There I have put TTTT. You can see this organization. Correct?
Yes.
So this is one, and here you can see they have applied the query parameter. They have applied the query parameter. Okay, so how you can do the query parameter? How you can do the query parameter? Let's come to here. Okay, so what query param they are using? Up to here done. Here you can see the type, string, and the query. Here you can see the description. Specify the type of repository. Otherwise we can discuss the query param in tomorrow class. Okay, we can discuss the next thing, because query param it will take some time actually to explain you. Okay, we can
get by ID also, no? This repository.
Yeah, here you can see we have the separate requirement for get by ID. Get a repository owner. Where it is? Give me a second. Get a repository. Here you can see. Let's try to map this thing. Now guys, give me how I can map this thing. Tell me.
We'll take base URL till repos.
I have to first, guys, please try to understand. Please watch carefully. So I have to map this requirement. So get method I have selected, base URL I have passed it here. Now next, what, tell me what I have to do it here next.
Select repos and then owner name.
Repos resource we have to.
I have to pass this thing. So how many
Yes.
values are dynamic here?
2 values are dynamic here actually.
Owner and the repo, right?
Repo.
So I will copy and paste it here. Copy and paste it here. I have pasted, right? Now you have to go and check owner and the repo, what it means. So they have not provided the detail actually, right? So in the real time you will get the detail, right? Which value you have to pass, right? So when you go here, the organization which you have created, this is your repo name, right? Agree?
Yes.
You can copy this thing and you have to pass it here in the repo. This thing is resolved.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now honor you have to check what is the honor. So when you call this API, when you create this API, you can see the dummy URL, the dummy response where the honor they have used actually. Let me go down. Honor you can see, honor you can see, and the login. So AutoCAD. So here you can see, yeah, honor means the organization name. Here you can see honor, and the login, the value is organization name. You can copy this. Honor means organization name. Inside this organization you have created this particular repo. Let me call. Can you see it here? Data. Are you able to fetch that particular repo or not? You
Yes.
get the 200 and you will get the data. Now I have one question. I expect that accurate answer. I have explained that thing multiple times. Okay. Have you noticed this thing? In previous class, we were using the ID here. Server ID. Server ID means object ID. Here I am using repo name to fetch the data. Why? Tell me.
Based on client request, what client wants, we are fetching that.
Yes, this is the one reason. Exactly correct. So this is because the client wants to fetch the data using the repository name. Agree? That's why they have used. Did you have any other answer? This is the first reason. Second reason, the logic and the why they are using this only repo name here. Any particular reason?
The repo name, however, it will be a unique name we have to provide within that particular
Exactly.
organization. So will
Now
be
your requirement is saying your requirement. Have you gone through the requirement that name is the required property and it should be unique. You can't create the duplicate repository. You have to pass the primary. So can I consider this thing as a primary key or not?
But like
So
ID,
that's why the client.
like ID is mostly unique. Name can be same
Yes,
also.
I told you can use the ID, but for this project, the client want the repository name because I told you you can use the any value, but the condition is that should be unique. The primary key, either ID is the primary key, you can use it. Either name is the primary key, you can use for the filtration. If any other property is the primary key, that is unique, you can use it. But that is part of your requirement. After then you can use it. Clear?
Yes, but in like GitHub requirement, it is only saying required, nothing about uniqueness. It
Okay.
is saying.
Yeah, they have not mentioned. Let's try to create the duplicate data. This using this name
Same.
we have already created. Let's try to create the same. Can you see it here?
Okay, so it is not allowing to create duplicate name.
Not allowing. Because, sir, because this is not your project requirement. This is the dummy requirement which is created by the GitHub for the users. Okay, but when you get the real-time requirement, everything will be mentioned there. Okay, if it is even in the real time, sometime you will not get that thing. You have to communicate with your client or with your product owner or with your team lead. Okay, you have to clarify the things. Okay, so that's it, guys. In tomorrow class, we will discuss further like update call and the query param, and then we'll discuss the last mapping sheet, that is the Swagger. That is the Swagger. Right, we will discuss the Swagger. Okay, so please do practice.
Because
Yes,
we will
sir.
also integrate this Postman with Selenium.
No.
Automation part.
We will do manual and the automation testing in the Postman itself. We'll not try to integrate in the Selenium actually. Okay, because if you want to integrate, then you have to learn the REST assured. REST assured is the another tool to do the API testing. Okay, but that thing I can assure you, if you learn the REST assured in future or any other tool, 60% is same concept. 40%, 30% is different. The way of doing is different. Okay. So guys, I have provided you the GitHub requirement also. So again, let me provide you the URL. You can do the practice. Do not try to map everything, every property. Try to map some of the property which I have provided you in the chat box here. Okay, so we will meet tomorrow in the same time, and please do the practice. Thank you, guys.
Vikas, get the authentication token from where you fetch. I'm not getting.
Okay, for the authentication, after logging to your sign up, go to the setting part, go to the guys, I would recommend you first try to confident in one mapping sheet, then try to use another mapping sheet. You do not try, you have taken one call from here, you have taken one call from there, and one delete call from there. So you will not get the 100% knowledge. First confident in one mapping sheet, then move to the second mapping sheet. Right, or you can select any particular one and you can do the practice. Okay, so you can go to the setting part here, this icon, the profile icon, go to the setting, in the left side you will get the option developer setting. Click on the developer setting, go to the personal access token, this option, and generate a new token. Click on the generate new token and save that token into your sticky note. Whenever you, otherwise you have to every time generate the new token if you not save this token. Okay.
Vikash, one small question. Can we also try for practice updating some data in this GitHub using patch method?
Yeah,
I have created it.
Yeah, we will look into tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So thank you, guys. I request you please do the practice. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.